So the local business school asked me to record for the students some advice and intelligent words with regards to the business. And I figured, because I'm all about the kids ever since I was a businessman, I've understood the importance of teaching the next generation. So, I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and talk about business for the kids. Teach them something new about the business. Now, let me tell you the first thing about business. First of all, business is booming. Second of all, when you go into business, you got to remember that business is where we keep things businessy. You come in, you do your 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, bare minimum. My father, when he started our business, he was doing 90 hours a day, which most people would call excessive, but he was a man of incredible fortitude. Not much like other businessmen out there, But anyway, when I was a boy, my father, he told me, he said, Tony, listen to me when I'm talking to you. And then I says to him, I says, what? I says, what, Dad? Because I was young, I was a kid, I was playing with my Lego bricks. Or maybe they were, generic plastic building blocks or whatever. So he says, Tony, stop playing with the blocks. And I says, okay, all right. He says, okay, Dad, what's up? What's going on? And he says, one day I'm going to hand this business down to you, and it's going to be your business. And we're going to keep the business in the family. And I says, what's the business, Dad? Because I didn't know anything at the time, because I was playing with generic plastic building blocks. But he says to me, you're gonna take over the business of doing the business, and you're gonna do business the way my father did business, the way my father's father did business, the way my father's fathers did business. And I says, okay, Dad, that sounds good. We'll do business. And ever since, I've been doing business. And let me tell you another thing I can tell you about business. People think business happens overnight. That's what some people think. Let me tell you, business happens over lobsters. Business happens. Business happens behind the McDonald's that nobody goes to. Business happens in an airplane at like 31,000 feet up in the air, and you're trying to get your iPod out of the overhead luggage, and the people are complaining because you didn't wear deodorant when you got on the plane, and you stink, you're making a mess. That's where business happens. Business happens in places where people don't expect business to occur. It's not always in a cubicle, paperwork, paper pushes, people signing things. They say the pen is mightier than the sword, but I'll tell you too. I've had plenty of business deals come down and be made at a Renaissance fair. And let me tell you, if you go jousting, the jousting pole or whatever may not be a sword, and if the other guy brought a pen with him, you've won that deal. You're going to come out on top on that one. I can tell you that much. You know, and then they say, you know, in business you gotta present yourself. You know, you gotta wear a tie. You know, gotta dress presentable. You gotta look professional. You gotta look like a real businessman. And my father was a real businessman. Let me tell you. See some of these jamooks out here. Some of these fake businessmen. They wear one tie. Now, yes, I'm wearing one tie right now, but my father popularized the use of duo ties. Very, very popular. And people who are, you know, typically like C-level, you know, executives or something of that sort, they wear two ties. And you'll be able to tell that they mean business because they'll have the two ties on as opposed to the one. And the second tie, the first tie just means you're professional. First tie means you're professional. That second tie, you gotta earn that tie. And my father earned it. So you'd see him regularly in the business, at the business headquarters for business, where he does business. 3, maybe 4 ties, you know. Sometimes, you know, he would come around, and instead of having 3 or 4 ties, he'd have one big tie. It was huge. It was looked like a boa constrictor was trying to strangle him, and it went all the way down to his knees. And you know, he would bring out the big tie if he was trying to make sure, you know, that everybody in the business knew that he was the business boss. So he'd wear that. He'd come around with that, and you know, and you know, I've been doing business for over 25 years, and you know, and business is booming. So, you know, if you ever think, oh, Tony, I can't do business. I don't even know what business is. Let me tell you, most people know what business is. Doesn't mean everybody knows how to do business, but most people know, you know. Most people know what business is, you know. If you got your own business, you know, maybe you do your own business, you know what a business is. You don't need a business degree to do business, all right? You don't need a piece of paper from a business factory that says, look at me, I know how to do business. The only thing you need to do, the only thing you need to know about doing business is business. And that's your business. That's your business. It's not nobody else's business. It's not my business. It's not their business. It's you. And don't let anybody tell you different. Somebody tries to tell you you can't open up a pet store. You don't even know how to file your taxes. They're wrong. Don't listen to them. That's a naysayer. You know what that is? That's an ABP, anti-business person. Doesn't know anything about business. Doesn't have a business of their own. They don't know how to do business. And so they're going to tell you that you don't know how to do business because they don't understand business. And that's just how business works. Some people get it, some people don't, you know. But if there's anything that I can impart on you business students, first of all, follow your dreams. If your dreams are business. If your dreams aren't business, you need to get some better dreams. Because everything's in business. Business is booming. And, you know, if you're not in business, what are you doing? If you're not in business, you're out of business. You can put, you know, you're out. You're gone. You're done. You're finished. You know, see you in Zelda. You're gone. You're done. Forget it. Dunzo. So make sure that if anybody tries to tell you you can't do business, that's an anti-business person. And you don't want them anywhere near your business. You just do your business. And keep it up. Another thing, taxes. Taxes are pretty important, actually. So, during the whole business process. You're going to have people, and they're going to tell you, oh, you need to pay your taxes. They're going to tell you, oh, you gotta file your taxes. The IRS is going to show up at your door and you're going to jail, So there's the thing, the IRS stands for International Republic of Scaredy Cats. I owe $27,867 million in taxes. And, the IRS sent me a letter. They sent me a letter. They said, hey, Tony, you gotta pay your taxes. And I says to them, well, what do you want about? I get on the phone with the representative. I said, what do you want about? And he starts spitting and sputtering. Well, say, you got to pay your taxes because you made so much money last year. And then and I said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And you just get on the phone with him and you ask him what they're talking about. And then they shut him right up. And there's the police, though. Yeah, and they send the sheriff after you, after you fail to pay your taxes. But if you're a real businessman, you move around, so it's not so big a deal. So, people say, Tony, why don't you pay your taxes? Well, because you don't have to. You don't have to pay your taxes. You just keep it moving. Life on the run. Do business, until they catch up with you. But they won't, because that's the National Republic of Scaredy Cats. They're not going to show up at your door. Remember they tried to do that to Al Capone or something, and they shot him probably. I don't know, something like that. So I know how to do business, and I think that's probably all I can tell you, to be honest. But at the same time, that's all you really need to know. You do business. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about paying taxes. Don't worry about getting... you want insurance, actually. Insurance is a really good way to do business. Invest in a place, burn it down, collect the insurance money. That's a good way to do business. Good way to get some capital generated. Get a couple investors. Don't pay them back. Get some more investors. Pay back some of the investors. That's a good way to do business. People try and tell you it's a scam, but that's just how business is done. And there are people who understand business, and there's people that don't understand business. And you see, you and me, we get business. So we get business done. And so anytime you take a look at those books, after you give them to the chef and have him cook them up a little bit, whenever you look at those books, business is booming. Business is booming. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. But I hope this helps you. And, congratulations on being business people. And I look forward to seeing you out there in the business field. And I'll sign off for now then. Cheerio. Spaghettios. Hasta la pasta. Buenos noches, as they say. Das vidania. And take care. Business. I do love business. Business is booming.